there's something notable about these characters, but we can't remember what. Oh wait. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 video game characters with Amnesia.
Amnesia, eh? Indeed, there is no better defense.
For this list, we're taking a look at notable examples of characters in gaming who are specifically indicated to be dealing with the consequences of amnesia, or memory loss. Thus, we're not including Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII, because he believes himself to be someone else and doesn't appear to be suffering from amnesia. Also, in light of certain character details being plot relevant in a number of these games, there will be spoilers. Lots of them.
So this is what they really look like, huh?
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about them.
Number 10, quote, Cave Story. As the tale of Cave Story unwinds into something far more intriguing, so too does its main character, quote. Awakening in a cave within the depths of an island, this unassuming pale goes forth with no recollection of his past. Quote's interactions with the island's inhabitants, a race of bunny-like creatures known as Mimigas, slowly reveals Quote's true nature as a robot seemingly sent to destroy the Mimigas, except not quite. Though portrayed as a silent protagonist, Quote's role in the backstory and not at all accidental heroism wind up imbuing him with an interesting presence and a greater significance than expected. Number 9, Gillian Seed, Snatcher.
Gillian Seed, estimated age 31.
Nothing like a good investigative urge to uncover one's past. In the 1988 graphic adventure game Snatcher, players are put in the role of Gillian Seed, an investigator tasked with hunting down human-like robots called Snatchers. On top of the detective work and dealing with estrangement from his wife Jamie, Gillian is also coping with his loss of memories prior to awakening from cryosleep.
Snatcher is the only word that keeps coming back every time we try to remember our past.
This single detail makes Gillian's search for answers amid conflict and conspiracy all the more endearing, and adds a bittersweet element to the final reveal.
And with that, our plan moves to phase 2. Our little experiment in this city will end.
Number 8, Sissel, Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective. They say he's a cool cat around town. The red suit wearing, deadpanning man known as Sissel quickly established his aloofness in the opening of Ghost Trick, as well as indicating that he's a ghost. Given only until sunrise to solve his murder and pushed to help those in need, Sissel shifts over time from a self-centered individual into a kind and compassionate figure. Thus, the audience is given reason to care about Sissel's missing memories, and hope that the truth might come to light. We're certainly amused and enthralled by the guy. Number 7, Zero, Mega Man Zero series. From villain to hero and beyond, the robotic soldier known as Zero began his existence as a servant to the evil Dr. Wily, only to suffer amnesia and switch sides after a particularly brutal battle. Though acting as an amicable partner to X in the Mega Man X games, Zero would eventually be placed into hibernation and revived 100 years later. Plagued by further loss of memory, as well as fading emotions and the loss of his original body, Zero nonetheless strives to fight for those he believes in. It's as inspiring as it is ultimately tragic.
わかりました。ゆっくりお休みください。
Number 6, Daniel, Amnesia, Dark Descent.
What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget.
Sometimes ignorance really is bliss. Case in point, Daniel, a young archaeologist from London, awakens in a Prussian castle with no significant clues to his past, save for a note telling him to kill a baron.
Find Alexander and kill him. His body is old and weak.
Over the course of the Dark Descent, Daniel gradually regains his memories while evading a shadowy force, all of which reveal Daniel to be a substantially flawed, borderline villainous creature.
You are still tainted, branded by the shadow. It will consume you. either way.
Yet, this makes him more interesting, both because of the gruesome lengths to which he has gone for self-preservation and the powerful desire to atone he possesses as a result.
You killed us! You killed us both!
Number 5. The Nameless One, Planescape Torment. Nothing is certain when it comes to immortality of this sort. At the start of the cult classic role-playing game Planescape Torment, gamers were introduced to the Nameless One, a warrior who was granted amnesia-inducing immortality long ago.
Hey, Chief. You okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
As he traverses the various realms to learn about himself, the Nameless One's secret comes to light. Each time he dies and revives, his personality changes.
I have paid for your life with mine. The debt is settled.
Witnessing him coming to terms with each of his incarnation's actions on the multiverse makes for a great narrative thrust, and gives weight to the player's choices.
Are they dead? Yes. Unlike you, they have but one life, and they wasted it for your sake.
Number 4. Terra, Final Fantasy VI. When you've never known freedom, what happens when you suddenly have it? This is the question faced by Terra Branford, a highly valued magic user and soldier to the Gastalian Empire, who was indoctrinated with a slave crown. Terra is freed from her superior's control, however, when an attack leads to the deactivation of the crown. As events proceed, the audience witnesses Terra come to terms with her past, struggling with amnesia caused by physical and emotional trauma. But in the end, her determination and desire to atone for past misdeeds shines through, and we are left with an inspiring self-made heroine. Terra just beats out Tidus in Final Fantasy X for this spot, since he was technically faking it.
I got too close to Sin's toxin.
Number 3. Geralt of Rivia, The Witcher series.
Geralt, a pleasure, as always.
As always?
You don't remember anything?
Unfortunately.
Also known as the White Wolf, this slayer of monsters doesn't lack for problems.
The streets run with the blood of elves and dwarves. One person finds the courage to face the raging crowd.
Geralt's adventures in the Witcher game series commence with the famed monster hunter being dragged to the stronghold of Kaer Morhen, with little in the way of coherent memories. From there, Geralt ventures forth to deal with a conspiracy involving his fellow Witchers.
I was late.
It's not your fault, Geralt. We're all to blame.
What makes Geralt's particular situation work is that he maintains roughly the same traits throughout. He's dry-witted, skeptical, and more focused on his present situation than digging into his past.
He seems clever enough. Surely someone will want him.
Amnesia can't deny his patented snarky dialogue or undermine his surprising moments of humanity, even though he's gotten his memories back by the time we meet up with him in the third game.
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Number 2. Jason Fly, 13.
I can't remember a thing.
Do you think you can make it to the truck?
Conspiracies can be a challenge to overcome, doubly so when lacking any information about them. Thus, we have Jason Fly, an amnesiac man who washes up on a Brooklyn shore and is soon after pursued by attackers. Piece by piece, 13 shows us that Fly is but a pawn in a larger game, having served as part of an effort to undermine the United States government.
And who have we here? Well, need I get a mirror?
That doesn't stop us from sympathizing with Fly, largely out of a desire to see him escape the madness and find his own path.
Jason Fly, our national hero. It's a great honor.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. This is also your last chance to avoid a major spoiler.
I see you're awake now.
Hey there.
There are better places to take a nap than on the ground, you know. Give me your head.
Why can't I remember anything? I gotta get this door open.
Number 1. Darth Revan, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
You cannot win, Revan.
Nothing quite compares to a sudden swerve of a twist. In the backstory of BioWare's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, great emphasis is placed on the impact of Darth Revan, a former Jedi who fell into darkness and raised a Sith army.
Recognize that you were once the Dark Lord, and know that I have taken your place.
It all appears to be in the past, however, as Revan was said to have died in a space battle, except that's not exactly the case.
I never dreamed that Jedi would take you alive from the wreckage.
Instead, the gravely wounded Revan was mind-wiped by the Jedi, becoming the player's seemingly random character at the beginning of the game. Yeah, that means you.
It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission.
From our view of Revan to our choices thereafter, this is a case of Amnesia being masterfully used in the writing.
They made you their puppet, Revan, and Bastila was the handler pulling your strings.
Do you agree with our list?
You'll have to start over.
Who's your favorite Amnesiac game character? For more commemorative top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Jamie! What? I can't hear you!